Hi everyone, I'm Belinda. Welcome to my studio. Today I want to show you a quick little tip about using colored pencil on top of watercolor. If you have a watercolor that you have finished and it needs a little bit of detail, or in reverse, it's a little overcooked, you can add colored pencil and sometimes rescue the painting. Mixed media is a heck of a lot of fun, and if you've never tried this, I hope you pick up some pencils and pull out an old watercolor and give it a go. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so I'm going to start by whipping up a little watercolor. I've got a floral still life printed in black and white to look at a value scale. And this is a Rosemary flat number 16 Sable brush. First, I'll do a wash of color over the prepared drawing. I start every watercolor with flat washes over the entire surface. To get to the colored pencil, I'm going to speed this up. I get as many requests for high-speed paintings as I do for slow, real-time narrated paintings, so I'm trying to do both in this channel. For those of you who don't like the high speed and want real-time, I want to encourage you to use the speed controls that YouTube offers on the desktop. Move your cursor to the lower right corner of the video screen and you should see a little gear pop up. If you click on the gear, another window will open up which will show you adjustments for speed and high definition quality to watch the video. And this is very useful if you want to speed it up and watch it faster, or slow it down and watch it slower and increase the resolution to see more detail. I watch art videos high resolution and full screen, and I adjust the speed accordingly when I'm watching tutorials. This is a Rosemary round number 12. I've switched to this to now lay in some detail on the smaller areas of the painting around the inside of the lily and the stems. My painting at this stage is all pretty much the same values. Normally I would go in now and put in mid-range values and not jump into such deep dark colors, but since I know I'm going to use colored pencil on this, which will adjust the lights, I can actually go a little darker than normal because that makes a perfect dark foil for lighter colored pencil to show up and sort of pop on the painting. One of the big challenges in watercolor is trying to get the right shade of dark without going too dark. Once you lay the paint down, you can't take it away and get back to white paper. At the same time, it tends to dry much lighter. So when you're first starting out, there's a bit of a guessing game until you get familiar with your pigments if you're looking to get your values accurate. The nice thing about colored pencil is that it works great on darker colors. It's like chalk on a chalkboard. So in preparation for that, I'm going to go much darker on the painting so I can show you how the colored pencil pops on those dark colors. The paper here is Borden Riley 120p Bristol plate. And I'll put a link to all the supplies in the Show More section beneath the video window. These are Prismacolor brand colored pencils. Since the still life is backlit, there's rim light curling around the tube shape of the stems. To preserve white areas in watercolor, you can use Frisket, masking film, or candle wax. Or you can paint around your whites. Or, as I've demonstrated in previous videos, with the appropriate paper and non-staining pigments, you can lift the pigment from the page, not quite to white, but pretty close to it. Barring all that, if you find that you've gone a little too dark on a watercolor or you've gotten muddy, try some colored pencil on top of it. Prismacolor makes several varieties of colored pencil. Premier and Softcore are both wax-based and layer very nicely, and that's what I'm using here. You can also blend them either with your fingertip or some blending medium that they sell to go with it, or a paper towel. I've not used their blending pen in this video, but I'm just going to layer some of the lighter colors to suggest the etched polka dots that are on the outside of this glass paperweight. I've folded my subject in half, still printed in black and white, and I've printed it the same size as the painting so that I've got it close by as a reference while I'm drawing. If you print the subject of your painting or drawing the same size as the one you're working on, you can spare your brain the process of trying to shrink or enlarge the subject matter. In this last step, I want some nice rich darks at the base of the painting to anchor it down. So I'm adding those here, some blues and deep purples, and I'm going to use a tissue to blend them so that the texture gets blurred together and is less toothy on the paper. You can see that by doing this, some of the color bleeds off the edge, so be careful on the edges you want to remain clean if you try this method. So now I've got details as well as darks, lights, and midtones on the watercolor thanks to the colored pencils. So that was it, a little colored pencil on top of a watercolor. If you give this a try and you're happy with the results, please leave a link somewhere in the comments so that we can come and see what you've done. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss anything. Leave me a thumbs up if you found this helpful. Share it with a friend who also might find it helpful. And if you are curious about any of the supplies that I used in this, they are listed with links in the Show More section beneath the video window. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you're working on something in your studio, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.